Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to today's event, Banyuwangi International Cultural Heritage and Community Services 2023, with the theme Community Empowerment Towards Sustainable Development Goals.
My name is Haikal,
And I'm Sinta.
and we are the masters of ceremony for today's BICS event. It is a pleasure to meet all of you. Before we start, we begin by expressing our deep gratitude to the Almighty God, whose blessings have granted us the chance to gather in this prestigious event. And for that, let us now begin our prayer. Praying ends.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we unite in singing our national anthem, Indonesia Raya. Your participation in the symbolic act is deeply appreciated as we pay homage to the country unity and pride.
Still in standing position, I kindly request all participants to clasp their right hand into a fist and place it upon the left side of their chest for the hymn Airlangga.
Now, let us introduce our respectable speakers who will give their amazing speech. But before that, we're going to see the company profile video from Sikia. For the participant, you can sit. I'm so sorry. For the comedy,
Di ujung timur Pulau Jawa terdapat Kawah Chandra di Muka, tempat sosok Satria Airlangga ditempa. Menjadi unit setara fakultas, Sikia Unair berkomitmen memberikan layanan pendidikan di bidang kesehatan dan ilmu alam yang mandiri, inovatif, dan terkemuka berbasis potensi lokal. Melalui program studi aquaculture, Sikia Unair berkomitmen dalam meningkatkan produktivitas sektor perikanan dan lingkungan perairan yang berkelanjutan. Belajar tak hanya sebatas kelas, kami menjelajah tiap jengkal potensi alam yang luas, menghadirkan aktivitas praktikum lapangan yang saling berkolaborasi. Upaya peningkatan kesehatan makhluk hidup juga terus kami wujudkan. Lewat program studi kedokteran hewan Sikia, kami siap wujudkan tenaga veteriner profesional, handal, unggul, dan kompeten. Tantangan zoonosis memberikan peran aktif akademisi veteriner dalam riset yang solutif sekaligus mewujudkan kesehatan hewan, manusia, dan lingkungan alam yang sejahtera. Hadirnya program studi kesehatan masyarakat siap berinovasi. Dengan dukungan fasilitas yang terus dikembangkan, kami melakukan pembelajaran yang relevan, menjawab tantangan perkembangan bidang kesehatan, terlibat langsung mendampingi masyarakat, kerjasama lintas sektor, dan berpartisipasi dalam berbagai pengabdian, membentuk komunitas masyarakat yang sadar kesehatan. Sebagai agen perubahan bangsa, bersama kita terus bertumbuh, membentuk jiwa yang sehat, mandiri, aktif, dan inovatif dengan tetap mengedepankan sikap religius dalam setiap langkah. Upaya peningkatan kapasitas sumber daya manusia kami wujudkan lewat pengabdian yang rutin dilakukan. Menyongsong kualitas pendidikan unggul, Sikia berkomitmen memperluas jaringan kerjasama dalam skala nasional maupun internasional. Menjadi yang terhebat bukan hanya tentang diri kita, bergerak maju lewat jiwa leadership menjadi calon pemimpin masa depan. Bersama bergerak menjadi hebat dengan mengedepankan intelektualitas. Mimpi menjadi aksi. Perjalanan mengukir cerita, inovasi tak sebatas narasi. Menjadi bukti belajar dari maju meraih prestasi. Tak sebatas dalam bidang akademik, namun juga mengembangkan diri menjadi insan excellent with morality.
Okay, next. First, we have a speech from the Sikia director, spoke by the Honorable Professor Dr. Sutoyo, Dr. Specialist Urology Consultant.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Honorable to Professor Dr. Ninyoman Tripuspaningsih, Vice Director of Research and Inovasi and Community Development Universitas Airlangga, Professor Dr. Insinyur Riri Fitrasari, as of Head of Universitas Indonesia Green City Metric, Dr. Karnaji, Sarjana Sosial, MSI, Head of Universitas Indonesia Green Metric Universitas Airlangga, Dr. Junaidi, MA, Deputy of Head of Program Communication and Partnership of Universitas Indonesia Green Metric, Profesor Padmawati, as a Vice Dean for Internationalization, Research and Community Development, all the keynote speaker in this event and all participants from Universitas Indonesia Green Metric, Asidia, UNER, and the Global Citizenship Conference of Airlangga, Glacial, who attended both offline and online. First of all, let us always say praise and gratitude to the presence of Allah SWT, who has bestowed His grace, taufiq and guidance, so that we can all gather here in good health. I am Professor Dr. Sutoyo, Director of School of Health and Life Science. Welcome to the workshop in Banyuwangi International Culture, Heritage and Community Services. This event was held in collaboration with Universitas Indonesia Green Metric, ACDH, UNER, Faculty of Science and Technology, and School of Health and Life Science, Universitas Airlangga. Ladies and gentlemen, Airlangga Universitas has an off-campus education program called PSDKU in Banyuwangi, which is currently changed to the School of Health and Life Science, SIKIA. Now, there are at least 3 studies program, namely aquaculture, veterinary medicine, and public health. Banyuwangi is a district with an extraordinary culture, heritage, and natural potential to participate, impact educational and research activities. Universitas Airlangga is vision and mission to become an independent, innovative, and leading university at the national and international level, as well as strive for independence in the implementation of the Tridharma of higher education through the development of modern management institutions that are oriented toward quality and the ability to compete internationally. Now, Universitas Airlangga is ranked 345 in the world and is on its way to the top 100 in Asia. This event is an effort to introduce SIKIA UNER and build a partnership with a multidiscipline sector. This event is a series of activities including workshop and community service that will be carried out in the several locations in Banyuwangi, such as of Licin, Kemiren, Bangsering, and Pulau Santan. With this program, participants expected to gain knowledge and experience about social culture in Banyuwangi, also strengthen the relation with Universitas Airlangga. Last but not least, I would like to say thank you for the all committee for arrange this event. I hope you enjoy all this activity in Banyuwangi. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you to Professor Sutoyo. Next, we're going to see the company profile video from UIGM.
UI Green Metric World University Rankings is Universitas Indonesia's initiative to promote sustainability in universities and involve stakeholders in any kind of efforts to create a sustainable environment for the universities and beyond. Since 2010 until 2022, our rankings have attracted the active participation of 1050 universities representing 85 countries.
Through 39 indicators and 6 criteria, UI Green Metric carefully evaluates the university's environmental commitment and initiative.
We strive to encourage sustainability practices, provide sustainability-related services and facilitate international partnerships on sustainability. As a global network of universities concerned with sustainability, we seek to advance the efforts of our members and contribute to global society by shaping higher education and research in sustainability, creating global sustainability leaders, and partnering on solutions to sustainability challenges.
Join us to achieve sustainable future.
Brought by the Honorable Professor Dr. Insinyur Riri Fitrisari, Master of Science, Master of Management.
Baik, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Good morning Banyuwangi. Greetings from UI Green Metric for the participants of Banyuwangi International Cultural Heritage and Community Services participants at the event hosted by Universitas Airlangga in Banyuwangi. I'm so delightful to know that today, I will have to greet first my friend, Ibu Vice Rector of Research, Innovation, and Community Development of Universitas Airlangga, Professor Ninyoman Tri Puspaningsih, and also the Director of the School of Health and Natural Science of Universitas Airlangga, Professor Dr. Sutoyo, and also the speakers today, Dr. Andi Hamim Zaidan and Professor Uin Darmanto, and also Ibu Nurina and other friends there. And especially, I hope that Pak Jun and UI Green Metric team already there, but maybe they will come soon. But first, I would like to greet all participants, all students and staff that is currently doing community engagement program in Banyuwangi. I know that it's an exciting moment for all of us, actually. We know that meeting in a natural environment in which we can really interact with each other and learn about what happens in the community and try to find out how we can help to improve the community development in our area can be conducted. Actually, I really hope that many students also, not only from UNER, but also from other university also taking part in this. I haven't got the report yet how many of you, because actually I really hope that I'm there with you in Astan Hotel in Banyuwangi, but because of many commitments, at the same time, UI Green Metric also conducted a regional workshop for Southeast Asia, UI Green Metric at the same time. So you know that we can help ourselves to learn more, to be in line with the problems that have to be solved immediately. And at the moment, actually, UI Green Metric already been on the 14 years of its journey for making sure that sustainability is in our prime agenda. And actually today, we know that after 14 years together, UI Green Metric Network would like to be more involved in community engagement, because that is the main priority in which we enhance our programs, not only in our campuses, but also to see sustainable development goals to be realized in all over our region, our community, our nation, and everywhere, knowing that sustainable development goals is only another 7 years away to be accomplished, but it's really a big problem and a big challenge for all of us to help each other to ensure that this is coming up to the right level. Ladies and gentlemen, and all participants of the community engagement Banyuwangi intercultural and community services programs in Banyuwangi today, actually we are already having 3 priority activities, thematic priority, shaping higher education and research in sustainability. A lot of programs are conducted on that, and also creating global sustainability leaders. That are things that we are trying to do today. I'm sure that many of you will become sustainability leaders in all aspects of our community and our life, so that from learning from this event, I'm sure that all of you will be able to conduct a lot of programs together, and also to write up and to plan future directions of what we really necessarily have to do in ensuring that once the problem arises, we can also find solution for that. For example, we know that we have global climate change problem in the future, and the rise of the sea level. It will also be a major problem. So there are a lot of changes are going to happen, and we have to be prepared for that, and also to see and seek solution for that. And I'm sure that all of you are those that can think of the future of our Earth and how we can survive, so that the future generation will also find and live in a livable and good well-being. Also, the third thematic priority is partnering on solution to sustainability challenges. And those are things that we do today. I thank Prof. Sutoyo from Faculty of MIPA, I think, and also all the community services team of UI Green Metric World University Ranking Networks. There are 45 universities also already submitted and would like to join this. And I'm not sure how many of this university at the moment could actually send the students, because this is in the middle of the study period in many universities. But I'm sure that we know that these are things that are a major problem and that we would like to solve together, and we work together for that. So really thank Universitas Airlangga for this. Next. And also would like to let you know that there are many things happening in UI Green Metric Network. We are not alone in all these meetings and events. For example, yesterday in Universitas Padjadjaran, a lot of students in National Students Leaders Meeting met together and also try to seek solution during their focus group discussion, to find out how they can learn from each other and create many plan together for the future of sustainable campus, sustainable cities, and sustainable communities. Today we are in Banyuwangi. Next week we have programs also in Polytechnic in Malang. So there are many things happening. And next week it's going to be in next 2 weeks, it's going to be in Quito, Ecuador, and also in Bogota, in Colombia, and also in San Francisco. So there are many things happening. And in Indonesia, there are a lot of webinars that you can join and learn for the 6 indicator of UI Green Metric that are very simple. That is very simple, but we are all can work hard to ensure that these prime basic indicators can be improved in our community, and also making sure that more people are learning and ensure that they are looking into this as an important agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, and all students, I would like also to thank other UI Green Metric World University ranking team for community engagement, for ecoenzyme, for energy and climate change mitigation. And there are 3 courses on sustainability, one for Indonesian universities. There are 17 universities with their students already and staff already taking part in this. And also the waste management solution, Solicam, and also infrastructure and many things. So there are a lot of teams that are really working together to ensure that we can work together to realize our aim and goals of our programs. Next. Right. Well, UI Green Metric are keeping up with all the rankings, meaning that at the moment we are hoping that many events like this will be reported by university leaders in their the students are getting towards creating, for example, green startup. There are many things that are being evaluated in UI Green Metric, and we would like to see the submission before the 31st of October. And we hope that the students and staff also can help to prove that the university are making sustainability as the main programs and main agenda of the university in order to improve the community surrounding us. Ladies and gentlemen, and all university leaders in Banyuwangi, once again, I wish you all the best for your programs during all the visits to Osing Village and also to many communities, and also with the shark community. I'm not sure. I'm sure that you have a lot of interesting programs already being prepared by Universitas Airlangga, and also tomorrow to the island. And you can think about at the same time, you all can think about what next and what's going to happen, and also imagine how we can always improve the condition so that we can survive in order to make sure that our environment will be kept in a good manner. I wish you all the best for your programs during Banyuwangi Community Engagement Program. And please make a lot of friends, make a lot of connections. And when you are going back, you will be inspired by all of them, and also will be an innovative and productive leaders in your community and in your university, of course. Thank you once again, Bu Nurina and all teams in Banyuwangi. Congratulations. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to Professor Riri. Next, we have great to see some company profile from Faculty of Science and Technology.
Greetings from Universitas Airlangga, a prestigious educational hub in Indonesia that thrives on academic brilliance and pioneering research. We extend our warm invitation to unlock the realm of knowledge and innovation at the Faculty of Science and Technology. Faculty of Science and Technology at Universitas Airlangga, from fundamental and applied science to sustainable development. FST Universitas Airlangga was founded in 1982 as the Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences. Afterwards, it has evolved to become a leading center for science and technology education. This faculty is committed to provide students with the skill to succeed in the future. FST Universitas Airlangga offers a dynamic and diverse academic community with multiple departments and 13 specialized programs, providing students with in-depth knowledge and practical skills in fields ranging from engineering and computer science to natural sciences and biotechnology. At the Faculty of Science and Technology, our utmost priority is to provide a high-quality education that empowers students with the knowledge and skill to excel in their chosen fields. To achieve this, we have assembled a team of expert faculty members who are not only accomplished in their respective domain, but are also deeply passionate about teaching and conducting cutting-edge research. Through the dedication and guidance, our students receive a transformative learning experience that prepares them for the challenges and the opportunities of the ever-evolving worlds of science and technology. Our modern laboratories provide the necessary equipment for students to develop practical skills that are highly sought after by employers. Additionally, we foster a supportive and inclusive environment where students can thrive, ensuring they are well prepared for future challenges. We foster a culture of research and development in the fields of science and technology by offering diverse research activities. Students are actively encouraged to participate in groundbreaking research endeavors that address practical challenges faced in the real world. Beyond academics, we strongly promote engagement in student activities. Students are encouraged to become involved in a wide range of activities, such as student organizations, seminars, workshops, and social events. These experiences facilitate the development of crucial social skills, leadership qualities, and networking capabilities.
Our ambition knows no bound. We are transforming education into a global innovation hub, cultivating leaders who pioneer solutions for humanity challenges. Industry collaborations, internship, and cutting-edge technology empower our graduates to excel worldwide. Partnering with prestigious institutions globally, we drive interdisciplinary research and exchange programs. Together, we'll push the boundaries of science and technology, leaving an enduring impact on our society. The Faculty of Science and Technology at Universitas Airlangga has produced many graduates who have gone on to become leaders and innovators in their respective fields. These graduates have held prominent positions in industry, government, and academia, and their work has had a lasting impact on the world through their groundbreaking research and innovative solutions.
Whether you dream of becoming a pioneering scientist, a tech innovator, or an engineering trailblazer, the Faculty of Science and Technology at Universitas Airlangga is the perfect place to turn your aspirations into reality. By nurturing and empowering future leaders in various scientific and technological fields, the faculty contributes to the growth of cutting-edge industries that address society's pressing challenges.
Faculty of Science and Technology Universitas Airlangga, the best science with morality.
Okay, next we have a speech from the Vice Dean 3 FST Unair, the Honorable Professor Dr. Fatmawati, Magister Science.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Dear Professor Dr. Riri Fitrisari, as Chairperson UI Green Metric World University Ranking, Professor Lee as the Vice Chair for Program Communication Partnership UI Green Metric, Professor Dr. Sutoyo, Doctor, as Director of School of Health and Natural Science, Universitas Airlangga, Honorable all speakers, and ladies and gentlemen. Let me express on behalf of Universitas Airlangga my warm welcome. Although there was a little bit crowded when the delegation from Surabaya last night, but Alhamdulillah today we can attend this event in healthy condition. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to announce the opening of the workshop Banyuwangi International Cultural Heritage and Community Services 2023 with the theme Community Empowerment Towards Sustainable Development. It is truly a learning experience that transcends boundaries. This event is organized among Universitas Airlangga, School of Health and Natural Science, and UI Green Metric. This event is held both online and offline. It has 5 speakers come from Universitas Airlangga, UI Green Metric, and CKI. There are 16 international students and more than 60 national participants who attend offline. They are from Pakistan, Malaysia, Afghanistan, Egypt, and France. This event is also held in online via Zoom. About 10 online participants from around the world has been registered in this event. Ladies and gentlemen, Banyuwangi International Cultural Heritage and Community Services 2023 is to support Universitas Airlangga towards smart university, which aim for meaningful research and community services, and it is emphasized on research development and community services should refer to technology and also humanity with a significant impact on SDGs by encouraging research and community service that is more meaningful for life. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy the services and find the experience inspiring and helpful in your professional field. We looking forward to seeing you at our upcoming community services in future. With this word, I declare the Banyuwangi International Cultural Heritage and Community Services 2023 is open. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you to Professor Fatmawati. And now we enter the main event, which is the workshop. The whole session will be moderated expertly by Kanaya Talia Salsabila Istamam. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kanaya.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity that has been given to me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Kanaya Talia, and it's honor for me to be the moderator who will guide the course of our discussion in our series talk until the end. Today, we have gathered here to discuss the important topic of the first, community empowerment in urban area through live online aspect. The second, best practice for improvement sustainability campus in Sikia Uner Banyuwangi Regency. The third, sustainable international community development. The fourth, community development for sustainability campus. And the last but not least, community services in coastal area towards SDGs. The session will be divided into Okay, good morning, Professor Wing.
Good morning.
How are you doing today, Prof?
Fine, thank you. Even last night we have to long journey from Surabaya to Banyuwangi. It takes around 11 hours. So unbelievable.
Okay, present your CV to all the audience. Sir, for the committee in charge, you guys may help to present Professor BNA CV. Mungkin bisa CV terlebih dahulu.
Okay.
Ya, ini di.
Oh, stop.
Okay, for the committee in charge, you guys may help Professor with ACP. Professor is one of the professor in Department of Biology, Faculty of Science, Airlangga University, with the area of expertise is in medical biology. Professor Wing holds a remarkable education journey that has undoubtedly contributed to his expertise in biology. He graduated with bachelor degree from Universitas Airlangga, master degree in Institute of Technology Bandung, and postgraduate from Nagoya University, Japan. He has some administrative duties such as technology science and health in Sanchedekya Medica from 2022 until present as a majoris validator and assessor accreditas and as a dean of Faculty of Science Technology from 2011 till 2020 and many more. No doubt he is an expert with all of his experience and awards. Big applause for him. And the curriculum today of Professor Wing. Now we got Professor Wing already here. Are you ready, Professor?
Okay, yeah, ready.
Okay, presenting the material from the speaker will be carried out for 45 minutes. As long as you can deliver the material, participants are not allowed to interrupt.
The question and answer session will be open after two speakers have delivered this material. Let's start with the presentation of Professor Win. The time is yours.
Okay, thank you for this time. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Robis Toli Sotri wa Yasirli Amri wa Datamisan Yafko Kauli. Today I will talk about the community empowerment in urban areas through life and land aspect. This is just best practices. I used subtitle is Android application in mapping and identification for contact person and exploration of local plant in for immunomodulator pulmonary tuberculosis in Jombang Regency. You know, this is my team. There is Professor Pujiastuti from Biology Department and also Raden Joko Pencoroningrat from FTMM and another from Jombang Private University. So I would like to say about I have two legs. The right left is stand in Airlangga University and the left leg I stand in private university, especially in Institute Technology Science and Health. I'm as a rector in there, so that's why the community services is collaborate with Institute Technology Science and Health from Jombang and Brawijaya University. Environment of plant health, animal health, and environmental health. So we can help. This is I think this concept is from Institute Pertanian Bogor. That is now becoming University of IPB. They have vision and mission one head concept. Yeah. So there are several health problems in both urban and rural areas. The first is about infection disease, for example, virus, bacteria, parasite, amoeba. And second is the negative impact of environmental pollution on child development, for example, caused by mercury pollution, PBCD, or plasticizer. Because my study is concerned in the gerontology, this is congenital malformation for baby. And another is stunting due to malnutrition. And also genetic disease such as diabetes and so on. There are many genetic disease. Okay, here this slide I will show you the to be in good health. The mean is being able to fall sick and recover. For infection cases, we need to be infected first to form antibodies, so that later we can be healthy and immune. This is we just escaped from pandemic, corona pandemic. So there is, I think, all our in this room is already have immune for coronavirus. Sorry. Here I will show you the healthy indicator. The first is for anthropometry. Yeah. Height, weight, and hip to pelvis ratio. It is important. And second is for mental, the level of stress and happiness. You should be happiness every day. And the third is physiology. All organ function normally. The circulatory system, everything run well. The fourth is genetic and lifestyle. We should its health is usually is no genetic disorder and lifestyle. But some people, if they have a genetic disorder, this is important thing, they can manage the genetic disorder. This slide, I will show you the effect of negative impact of environmental pollution on child development. This picture I take from Kalimantan. In case study in some village, infant abnormalities often occur in additional gold mining exploration area because they use mercury to isolate gold, to separate gold and another compound. So how to separate gold is soil with mercury compound. And then mercury is released to the environment, and then there is a very dangerous for baby. We can see here so many children effect with mercury pollution. For example, there is the short digit. We said about the brachydactyly, ectrodactyly, the digit is missing, and so on. This we should know about this effect of mercury and how to prevent the control the disease. Yeah. And for example, in Jombang district, there is 134 of residents affected by DAF, dengue heart fever. Throughout 2022, cases rise during line season. And I also saw the stunting due to malnutrition and also diabetic in children. They need insulin injection. Yeah, this correlation for tuberculosis and infection disease, for example, dengue heart fever and also stunting. This is important because now Indonesia is the second highest tuberculosis, and some news is now is Indonesia the highest incident. Yeah. Also, somebody knows about toxoplasmosis. Yeah. Toxoplasma gondii, infection in pregnant women causing hydrocephalus, microcephalus, as irregularities, mental weakness, and abortion. In villages, there is no one knows about abortion is caused by toxoplasmosis. This is because this disease is there is no influence to another person, but this is very dangerous. So that's why if you are pregnant, should avoid the cat in around your house. We can see this picture is about genetic congenital toxoplasmosis caused by hydrocephalus, yeah, and spread by some animal, for example, the cat, because in some families they have cats. Here the slide I will show you some limb malformation is induced by plasticizer. This is result from my research when I take master in Institute Teknologi Bandung already for a long time in 1993. And I continue in Japan in Nagoya University. I take gerontology also, but focusing in the brain development effect by radiation of X-ray. Because in Nagoya University, the research is focused with collaboration with Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bomb. So that way I learn about abnormalities of brain development in Japan. Our community service, especially in Jombang, we focus in tuberculosis and stunting in collaboration with Airlangga University, Brawijaya University, and an Institute Technology of Science and Health Jombang, and also IIK, private university. The name IIK, I forgot the name of IIK from Kediri. We know that in the world around 10 billion people were infected by tuberculosis in 2018, and 1,050,000,000 people is died. Tuberculosis is one of 10 causes of death in the world, and Indonesia is the country with in 2018 still in position Indonesia in third highest incident, but in 2022 it became second highest incident under the India. Is there any people from India? I think they know. Yeah. And how about in East Java? East Java is second highest number of cases after West Java, around 13.39% about incident of tuberculosis. In Jombang, now focusing in Jombang, Jombang is in East Java. There were 657 new tuberculosis cases spread across 34 in Puskesmas head, how to say in English, health center. Yeah, health center is sub-district. Yeah. That is around 2019, and in 2020 it became 742 people who are undergoing the treatment process and were at the TB care ICIA Jombang Foundation. This foundation that's they support about care for tuberculosis. Yeah. And here we can see pulmonary tuberculosis patient require monitoring from the time they are first identified to undergoing the treatment. And also the wide distribution patient makes difficult to head walker. So there is head walker to support the how to give medicine for patient, to identify the location of tuberculosis patient, and will make it difficult to identify contact person. So that is difficult to head worker to monitor their treatment. So we make a method is needed to identify the location of TB patient, as well as mapping the area and the distribution of people around the patient who are identified to be a risk of contact with the TB patient. So it is necessary to make Android application to make it easier for healthy worker to visit. Yeah, actually this I already said the distribution tuberculosis in the world. Yeah. Estimation around 10.6 billion. Yeah. And in around Jombang, in subdistrict Jombang, I think there are several natural helper medicine that can be used as additional medicine for lung patient to improve the recovery process and at same time to increase the immune system of the pulmonary tuberculosis patient. We already make research about Ganoderma fungus. This is fungus in the trees, in the wood, and Caryophyllus versicolor, and some okra, and so on. This can increase the immune system our body. Here, the several steps of implementing our community service. The first is collaborating with partner, including in collaboration with community health center. Yeah, this is Puskesmas in Indonesia, and the Bhanuya Sejahtera Foundation for TB. The name is Yabisa. Yeah. And the second is making an Android-based application to determine the location of new patient and people at risk of contact with TB patient. So this look like application for make coronavirus, how to isolate the people with coronavirus infection, almost same. The third is socialization of the tuberculosis control team about the how to use the Android application. Together with Yabisa, we provide nutrition support and education assistance to new TB patient and patient with drug resistant. Because many tuberculosis patient is already drug resistant, and it's collaborating with community health centers, we call Puskesmas, taking sputum sample from the community to identify the presence of Mycobacterium tuberculosis using the bacterial culture method. Because in the village, there is no photothorax, there is no PCR. We just can use how to identify Mycobacterium tuberculosis. We use just a culture method. That this is take time, around 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. The sixth is publication and dissemination of the result of community service publication and dissemination of community service publication. Yeah. According to the WHO report, Indonesia is the least of 30 countries with highest tuberculosis in the world, and is ranking. This is still in third highest. But now is second highest. Yeah. The word regarding to incident of tuberculosis and so on. Okay, it is no need. Okay, this is the slide I want to show is the number of TB patients in Indonesia in 2020, because this is increase years to years, and it's around 1.6 billion estimation about death caused by tuberculosis, and that is from that person around 6 million, 6 billion, sorry, I'm confused, million and billion, sorry. And for patient, lady patient around 3.4, and for children patient around 1.2 million. This in 2020, and I show you in around 22. So in 2020, 2022, the number is increased. Yeah. Increased around 70%. Yeah. And here in, it's still 2020. Okay. And skip. Here, this slide I want to show you the always from year to year is increase, but this data from 2020, so still incomplete the data. So we can see here the highest is 2019. Yeah. How about in sub-district in Jombang in Wonosalam? Yeah. This is I got data, new data, yeah, in 2023 from my student that is have community services in there. We can find new patient about tuberculosis. This is some village. Yeah, there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 village in sub-district Wonosalam. So we find the number in total. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 new patient in Wonosalam, and I think in district higher than in village, because in village house is not so crowded compared to the in city. I don't know in Surabaya. Yeah, I think it's highest than in Jombang. Here there is correlation with stunting and tuberculosis, because stunting is even some research is caused by malnutrition, but infection for mother, for family is important to become the children became stunting. Here I will show you how to. This is the opening event was attended by head service in district Jombang district. Yeah, the head of community health center, we said Pukesmas, and the Yabisa Foundation and tuberculosis health educator in Jombang Regency. Yeah. And yet when closing the event of the socialization meeting on the use of Android application. Yeah. And here the participant who are learning to use Android-based application in the mapping and identification of pulmonary TB patient contact in Jombang Regency. And here how to take sample from sputum patient, as well as collecting data on people at risk of TB in Wonosalam. Here, also together with community being able to contribute knowledge in solving health problem. Yeah. Actually, in this time, not just tuberculosis infection, also for stunting and another disease. Yeah. For example, diabetic. Yeah. We also use hypnotherapy. Yeah. In the nurse, there is a hypnotherapy method to get TB patient to restore their spirit and immune system. So that's important, I think, hypnotherapy. But it's not me. I don't know at all about hypnotherapy, but there is some people is expert about how to use hypnotherapy. Yeah. Here the process of hypnotherapy. We also collaboration between Airlangga University, Universitas Brawijaya, here is some student from Brawijaya University and Institute Technology Science and Kesehatan in Jombang. Yeah. Your collaboration with head of Wonosalam District Health Center looking for new tuberculosis cases to receive treatment. Yeah. And here identify the contact TB person. Usually when in that family there is a patient tuberculosis, we should check it's all family. Yeah, this is important. And here collaboration with Institute. Oh yeah. Before I said IICA. IICA is Institute Health Science for Bakti Wiyata Kediri, handling the head of the elderly in Wonosalam district. This is for in Indonesia we said lansia. IICA is belonging from Prof. Zainuddin. Yeah. So here providing knowledge on how to live a healthy life to elderly people in Wonosalam. Now we teach gymnastic for elderly. We also provide knowledge about the use of local biological herbal medicine to improve health. For example, we choose herbal medicine as a additional drug in TB treatment. It has been, the reason is it has been used by around 80% of the world population, especially developing countries. It has been tested by time, safe, effective, acceptable, cheap, less side effect, can be used to cure disease such as some diabetic mellitus, Alzheimer also. For elderly, usually Alzheimer is becoming Alzheimer with caused by aging, and then osteoporosis and disorder of immune system and liver disease. Yeah. Here I will show you our publication. This is done by my PhD student. Yeah. They use okra. We said finger lettuce to use anti-cancer. Yeah. This is about what is okra. Yeah. I think all of you already knows about this okra. This fruit is for this, yeah. And this is some paper already published. This we check about some variable about cytokine, yeah, to know about the okra is used for immunomodulating or immunomodulator system. Yeah. And okay, I will skip this. Okay, this we also have research about bioinsecticide. There are combination from third plant that is can used for bioinsecticide. Yeah. We can make this extract, this tree plant for make bioinsecticide. This is already published also. Yeah. And already checked in histology of lung. Yeah, this is safe. Yeah. There's no side effect in the lungs. And here I just introduce you some plant This is Sisicium cumini. This is in Indonesian. The name is salam. Yeah, they can use leaf, fruit, and another part of this plant. Yeah, this extract is very good for diabetic because they can use insulin sensitivity. Yeah. Also blood pressure, and so on. Yeah. And this is tea in Airlangga University. There is Prof. Joko. They mix extra green tea. They already got patent and product. Yeah. Yeah, I saw you in Jombang also. There is plantation about moringa atau moringa oleifera plantation to produce. This is used for immunomodulating system, for increase the immunomodulating system. Yeah. And here, because I focus in teratology, I just show you a house of hope for kids with birth defect in Africa. In Indonesia, there is some in Kalimantan already. We have, but not so strong. Okay, thank you. I think it's enough.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor William, for such an amazing presentation about something about health science, how to live a healthy life, and many more. Thank you so much, Prof. Because the Q&A session will be conducted after two speakers have finished. After the first presentation, we have a short coffee break. We invite Professor William. We invite all participants to enjoy a coffee break located at the corner of the room. Please take this opportunity to refresh and network with your fellow attendants, and the coffee break will last for 20 minutes, and thank you.
Jadi lucu, karena kan ada Bang Toyo, lalu kemudian oh iya nanti kayak sana ya setelah itu jadi kemudian kan sekarang kita punya unit sangat nah kebetulan ini kan mau buka transaksi jadi nah ketua unitnya kan sama jadi kita ikut juga saya kan bukan dari Pemda, kenapa saya yang ngisi saya dari kerjasama betul karena kan khusus tema nanti kan lebih paham apa saja tema yang lebih itu iya kan kita ingin yang baik atau kita paham
please.
Ternyata dananya kan awalnya dananya kurang, ternyata cuma 4 miliar. Ini udah dikirim katanya dikembalikan mungkin capek ya lagi kemarin cepat kayaknya. Ya, bukan iya nanti berapa kok PT tengah iya nanti diproteksi ya ya kan kayak ibu ini kan dana kreatif mereka harus iya bisa sekali atau dicari ya ini ada tarik ulur lah ya di sini ya ini siapa belum dipanggil itu ya farmasi ini apoteker di sini dia macamnya mirip-mirip oh iya aja dia coba bisa kelihatan kok Pak oh apa iya dia apoteker tidak benar ya masuk dia lama ternyata kasih oh tinggal di sini ya pernah main tidak lupa kan karena masih itu loh udah ganti kan dari Milih ke Banyuwangi terasa. Oh, terus ada aja kita gabung ada beberapa karena di Banyuwangi ya
Good morning, Miss Susie.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Susie. How are you today, Miss?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am fine also. Okay, may I present your CV to all of the audience?
Sure.
Okay. For the committee in charge, you guys may help us to present Miss Susie's CV. Miss Susie holds a women couple. Miss Susie is one of the lecturers in the department of Airlangga University. Miss Susie holds a women couple educational journey that has undoubtedly contributed to his expertise. He graduated bachelor degree from Bangor Agricultural University, master degree in Newcastle University, and postgraduate from University of Sydney. No doubt she is an expert with all of this experience and award. Big applause for her. That's all the curriculum vitae of Miss Susie. Now, because Miss Susie is already here, are you ready, Miss?
Oh, yes, thank you. Shall I start?
Okay, presenting the material from the speaker will be carried out for 5 minutes. As long as the speaker delivered the material, participants are not allowed to interrupt. The question and answer session will be open after two speakers have delivered the material. Let's start the material for parenting session. For Miss Susie, the place and times are yours.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the very kind introduction. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to Banyuwangi. All of you, ladies and gentlemen, I've been informed that some of you are from overseas, quite far away from Indonesia. So I hope. I also see your timetable. It seems like you have a very tight agenda. I hope you are still able to enjoy the beauty and hospitality of Banyuwangi while you are here. I hope my material here is not going to bore you too much. Trying to make it a bit more informative, but also hopefully bring some information that may be useful for you. Yeah, can I, how do I do this? Do I stand up or what do I do?
You can stand up also.
Okay. Well, it's a bit difficult to see the screen. Right, so I've been asked, first of all, I'm sorry that this material is supposed to be delivered to you by our director, but he's not able to come here with us today. And also our unit of community development unit are also away. I'm actually representing, delivering this material as the coordinator for the unit of collaboration and partnership of the School of Health and Life Sciences, Banyuwangi. So before we start, I think I need to introduce you all to CKIA. I know some of you are from UNER. You probably heard of CKIA before. Can you move to the next slide, please? Right. So for those of you who are new to UNER or CKIA Banyuwangi, so CKIA, the School of Health and Life Sciences, actually established in 2014 through a mandate from the Ministry of Education. So the local government of Banyuwangi actually requested to have a state-owned university in Banyuwangi, which is probably a very good, very smart idea, because that would not only bring a more wider opportunities for people to get higher education, but also it will bring good income for the local government, because there are a lot of people who come here and stay here, and that will be good for the economy. So the school now is named the School of Health and Life Sciences in 2022. So most of the materials I present here is our progress from 2022 up to now. So the school is partly funded by the government, the local government of Banyuwangi district. And our teaching staff now, the number is 29, which is, I went through the website, UNER website. So I went through the number of staff in the Faculty of Science and Technology, which is 150, more than 150 teaching staff in the Faculty of Science and Technology. So our number is CKIA is peanuts compared to that faculty. Our student body is around 704, and we have 3 study programs: aquaculture, public health, and veterinary medicine. So because we have already started for quite some time in 2014, for those of you who are familiar with field research, you would understand, after three years, there's going to be questions about what are you doing here? So if you do like intervention, field interventions, usually after 3 years, people will ask you, what is your result? What is going on? And that's exactly what happened to us. So in 2018, the local government, at least some representatives of them quite often asked us, what has UNER already done for the district? So that's a big question, and rightly so, because they fund it. They provide investment for the school, and they provide the buildings, infrastructure for the school. So it is very rightly that they ask, what has UNER done for the local community, for the local government? So basically, that brings us to what we are doing now and what we are trying to do in the future, because then we have to think about, next slide, what we know that the university and CKIA itself cannot be an ivory tower. We cannot stand alone, being separated from the community, because we are part of it. And then because of the questions of, what have you done? And then we notice it usually happens after 3 years of developing anything. So we have to do the change immediately. Now, if you're familiar with the, nutrition or any research interventions and stuff like that, it takes a long time from research to come into practice. So, for example, in my experience, I was involved in a large study in Lombok in 2001. It finished in 2004. It took about almost 20 years to get the result of that research to be taken into the policy level, and then from the policy level down to the community. So it takes a long time, 20, 30 years for nutrition research. So, but we cannot do that now. So we have to change now. Change should happen now. So this is what we are going to present here, is what we have done, the strategy that we do to try to push the change forward, and then try to give the benefit, most of the benefit from the school of the CKIA to the community. Next, please. Yes. So as you know, if many of you are a lecturer here, we have 3 main things that we have to do as lecturers. We do research, we do teaching, we do community development. So all of this on the bottom is actually the 3 main things that lecturers are supposed to do. That's mandated by the government. And the other thing that we really need to do, and that is also related to the community and how the community live and the betterment of the community, is the policy making. As lecturers, we know that this is the area that most of us are lacking, including in the CKIA, although we are trying to get into the policy itself. So this is the circle that we are trying to get to make sure that we have a sustainable link between the research that we do, the teaching that we do, and the result from the teaching, result from the research will be used for the teaching and also for the community development. Even the community development experience also will enrich our teachings as well. And both the community development, the research, and what we know from the experience of our teaching can also influence the policy, which in the end also influence the community development as well. So this is like a loop that we have to do, and we have to remind ourselves that these are what we are trying to do. Although not all of our community project managed to get into all of this, including the policy. Next, the other thing that we do is trying to involve in our projects of all the academics, the government, the businesses, the community, and the media. So I'm going to show you what are the academics component of what we are doing. Next, please. So for India academics, of course, we are relying on our teaching staff of the expertise that we have. See, we only have 29 lecturers. They are divided into 3 study programs. So for aquaculture, the expertise that we explore was the aquaculture business, the food security, and the coastal community development. That's what we know that we are good at. So next, for the public health. Yes. For public health, our expertise are in the health promotion and behavior, social determinants of health, which includes reducing stigma, discrimination, and disparity, and also development of community health centers to try to close the gap in disparities, and also the reproductive health, neonatal and maternal mortality, infectious and non-infectious diseases. So we know we are quite good at this, and this is what we can offer to the community. Next, and for the veterinary medicine, our expertise are wildlife conservation, domestic and exotic animal health, animal husbandry, and veterinary public health. So we have all this study program. We have all this expertise, and the beauty of the school is because we have three different study programs that may look like they're not related to each other. Thank you very much. So all of us, including the lecturers, now have to at least know the basics of the three study programs. So combining all the expertise, learning, relearning. I didn't realize that there's a public health in veterinary science. My background is in public health, so I thought public health is only for humans. Veterinary public health, what are they teaching? So all of this are new for some of us, and we have to relearn them. So combining all this expertise, we have a few more to offer to the community, because the community's problem is not in silo. They are all problems that are interrelated with other subjects, other field of study. And the next one in the academics is the curriculum. So for UNER, Universitas Airlangga, for those of you who are from overseas, in the curriculum of the Universitas Airlangga, in semester 1 and semester 2, starting from the last 2 years, we have a joint preparation level. So in this joint preparation level, the students are encouraged to develop their own projects, and that includes the community development. So even from the beginning of their study in UNER, we have teach our students to try to develop community development projects that are related to what they're interested in and also the problem in the community. So for Sikia, because we are quite far from Surabaya, we handle this joint preparation level ourselves. So the projects that the students do must be in Banyuwangi, and then must improve they need to show the improvement now of the community from their projects. The other one in the curriculum is the learning with communities, or what we call KKN. Now they're rebranding it with the phrase learning with the communities. So this is a 35 days study in which a group of students will be deployed in the communities, and they learn for the 35 days, 30 days of what are the community's problem, and then what they can do to help the community. And these are all combined students from all different faculties. And the other is a field practical, which is also like the KKN, the learning with communities. This is mostly for the public health study program. So the students will need to stay for 35 days in a community and try to explore, identify the problems, find the solutions, and do the programs to solve the problem. So, and they have to prove it that it's actually working. And then from their evaluation, monitoring and evaluation. So that's all already built in our curriculum. But also we have extracurricular activities of the students. So we only have 20, encourage the students to develop their extracurricular programs, which can be funded from the Ministry of Education. So some of our students are granted some funding from the Student Creativity Program. And also our student actually become the only representative in from UNER for the capacity building of student organization program. And this is where they develop a medicinal herbal plant conservation, which you will see tomorrow. Some of the progress we will see tomorrow. morning, I'm sure. Well, some of you will go there, yeah, but some not. And the other possible funding was also from Universitas Airlangga, which includes the integration, which is funded by Airlangga Global Engagement, much like the one that we have here already from the Faculty of Science and Technology. We also have this, which is a student-led programs that can involve anyone from overseas and also from Indonesia to either learn or do a community service. Other parties that have already funded our projects also are overseas universities, including Liverpool John Moores and University Putra Malaysia. So we have several different way of funding the projects, especially for the students program. So these are an example of what the students have already done in Banyuwangi. This is from last year, where they call an AirMate, which is a public health study students. AirMate is a Airlangga festival, a climate festival for international webinar series. So they have a webinar. They held a webinar, including all participants from overseas. So there you can see the person representing. It's not moving, eh? Yeah. So you see the yeah. Okay. So you can see the speakers are actually from Brunel University, and she was talking about plastic waste and how to see the circular economy of the plastic waste, and then the webinar also finishes with forest reforestation on the Aegean Mountain. The next one is the Airlangga Veterinary Forensics Summer Course. This is also a student-led program in which they also invite other students from Indonesia and overseas to learn about veterinary forensics, and which was very interesting. And also they ended with a cultural trip. And then the reason why most of our project include the cultural trip is because Banyuwangi is a place that the local government try to encourage tourism. So ecotourism is one of a big thing in Banyuwangi, and then our students are also encouraged to include that in their projects. And in that way, they also help the government, local government, and then the local communities whose economy is actually based on ecotourism to actually benefit from our projects. And this is Airlangga Ethno-Ecotourism, the next one. So this is where the students, as you can see, we have veterinary medicine, public health, and also aquaculture, but none of them actually works on ethnography. None of us actually works in ecotourism, but we have to learn that because that's what the community needs. So if you see, this is student-led, and now this is our minister of tourism. So he took the time to also attend the student program, so the webinar. So now, so this is the government. Now, we can see who in the government are also our collaborators. So other than the Ministry of Tourism, they are also working with the Ministry of Health, the District Government of Banyuwangi, of course, which is represented by the District Health Office, the Fisheries Office, Tourism Office, the Cooperative and Micro Entrepreneur and Trade Office, and Education Office. So there are a lot of local government offices that we are working with. Also, we also work with the Aegean Geopark. We try to promote Aegean Geopark in everywhere that we can do, including through our curriculum, our community development projects, our media and stuff like that. And the type of engagements varies from field activities, data sharing, a resource person in which we invite the local governments to be our resource person, or the other way around, when they need resource person from the university to help them with anything that they need help with. For example, for the stunting reduction, we are often invited to attend their meetings for plannings, budgetary plannings, deciding which locations are the focus for the next stunting program and stuff like that. And also for policy development and advocacy. So we have already been involved in the development of the child-friendly policy in Banyuwangi, and also now we are in the process of developing a policy on healthy trading around schools. For the communities, we work with all types of members of the communities and community groups. This include the fish farmers, the health cadres, women's groups, schools, general communities, and NGOs. Mostly we work with Banyuwangi Sea Turtle Foundations. I believe on the third day, on Saturday probably, you'll be going to see some of the work that they have done. And for the businesses, we work with the Shrimp Club Indonesia, PT Systemic Lestari Indonesia, and all other village business entities. So in Indonesia, there are at village level, there are business entities owned by the local government, the local village government. So we work with them to be able to improve their businesses, and also to make sure that our project is actually sustainable. And the last one is the media. I must say that we mostly use our own media now, website, YouTube channel, and also the Radar Banyuwangi. We could have done more on the media, involve all the media, but we maybe in the discussion you can give us some recommendation on how we can do this more, involve the media more and to reach out more. So these are some of the examples of what we do. For the aquaculture, for example, last year, we did some education, a strengthening of animal protein sources, nutrition for fish, and education of aquaculture insight for students in the boarding school in Banyuwangi districts. And also some of the most popular fish that we try to encourage the local community to cultivate is the catfish. So we train them on the catfish farming and feeding and the management of it for a lot of fish farmers. This is again the catfish cultivation in the Kampung Anyar village, Gelagah district. Oops, sorry, I'm probably too fast for the computer. Okay, right. So again, the catfish is quite promising in Banyuwangi. Not only because they are easy to cultivate, but also because they have high protein content that will be good for stunting reduction program, which is a national-wide program that the government is trying to encourage. Now, the other ones are also we are helping the fish farmers to improve their productivity by giving them training on the fish and environmental health, and then help them with testing their water quality and identifying parasites in their fish so that they know what's a possible problem for their aquaculture. This is a different way of cultivating the catfish. I'm sorry, it's waiting. Which is cultivating the aquaculture in a bucket. I'm sorry, still waiting. Right, so as you can see down on the picture down below, there are buckets of catfish, which makes it easier for the household to actually raise fish, to do aquaculture, which also include aquaculture mostly are male dominant projects, male domain business, but doing it in a simple way, in a buckets, can actually give more access to women to start doing their business in catfish aquaculture. Although maybe for women, mostly the aquaculture, the catfish cultivation is mostly done for household consumption instead of for business. But at least it will give them some more access to the way that they can get more protein. The other one is for public. So those are all for the aquaculture study program. For public health, we have done in 2022, we started this zero waste movement through coastal health and eco-brick greenhouse construction and marine ecosystem preservation. So this is done in Pulau Santan, which I believe you will go to on Saturday. So this is where we educate them about plastic waste and what they can do to actually gain more, sort of like a circular economy, gain something from the plastic that are coming to their environment. I'm saying coming because the plastic may not come from their own plastic because they live on the coastline. Actually, the waste may come from higher upland, from the river, or from the littoral drift from north on the coastline. So probably not their waste, but it's there anyway. So might as well just use them. Other things is for other topics for non-communicable and communicable diseases. This is for the hypertension, in which we develop health cadres for early detection of hypertension. 5 more minutes. Okay. And this is to prevent obesity. We, as in the previous presentation, the just gymnastic, the sports, we encourage them, and then we do health checks. These are done to students, high school students, and then we also develop cadres, health cadres that can convey the message about obesity and healthy behavior among adolescents. And other cadres that we develop are tuberculosis cadres. So much like the previous presentation, the tuberculosis cadres were trained to improve case finding of suspects, TB suspects in the community. For the turtle conservations, this is done also through coastal vegetation reforestation of the coastal area with suitable plants to help the turtles to lay more eggs. This is done in Santan Island. And for fish farming also, for the veterinary medicine also, we try to improve their chicken farming, the local chicken farming businesses, and also trying to improve that not only by education, but we also did water sampling and collecting feces for composting, and try to develop a sustainable way of doing chicken farming. Our community services are also not only locally include the local communities and the local students, but also international students. So, for example, here we have the turtle hatchlings released at Sukamade Beach, and also our international students can help also in the healthcare center, or we call it Posyandu, or even the farming. And this is where the students actually help with the goat milking. And also, most recently, we collaborate with the psychiatry department from the Putra University Putra Malaysia. They came here and discussed with the local health community health center that are focusing on the mental health care, because we are far from Surabaya. We don't have a mental health care facilities, no mental health hospital in Banyuwangi. So we have developed, the local government developed a way to sort of help people in the inpatient, they hold inpatient in the community health centers. And then our collaborators from University Putra Malaysia are actually willing to provide more of their expertise probably next year to help out with the issue, because we are lacking with expertise in psychiatry. Another hatchling release, we have done a lot of hatchling release, including with we also include the hatchling release in the local government festivals, which is the Gandrung Sale Festival in Boom Beach. And also we include even the kindergarten students for the hatchling release, so they understand the importance of conservation. And then sometimes, some of the times, nature calls. This is when we have a sperm whale beach on the beach around here, somewhere close, and the veterinary medicine needed to help out with the autopsy. So we did that, trying to figure out what happened to the whales and why it was stranded on the beach, where they usually no whales before. So they're sort of probably lost. The sperm whale was lost. Now, for the best practices that we want to highlight are, for the aquaculture, with the fish clinics, what we call a fish clinic. So this is like probably what we call in Indonesia posyandu, health post, but for fish. So our teaching staff from aquaculture collaborate with the Banyuwangi District Fisheries Office to help monitor and do a surveillance of freshwater fish diseases and improve Banyuwangi fish production by promoting good aquaculture practices. So they have reached around 100 active fish farmer groups and help them with the issues. So if they have diseases in their farms, they can contact our teaching staff and then discuss what happens, and then do a check on the water quality and try to improve it. So more of like sort of like a doctor, but for fish. And then the Santan Island tourism. The next one is Santan Island tourism through waste management and sea turtle conservation, which you have already heard before. So our collaborators are local tourism groups, the women groups, District Environmental Office, Banyuwangi Sea Turtle Foundation, and Radar Banyuwangi, which is media. And our aim is to initiate ecotourism based on waste management, education, and sea turtle conservation. And for our reach, we are developing new brick edutourism cadres, eco brick and paving blocks, so which will be the basis of the edutourism. The next one is a medicinal plant conservation, which you will see tomorrow morning. This is actually won second prize at the national level for a student competition. So we did the mapping of conservational area for medicinal plants, all the forgotten and non-forgotten medicinal plant, and then the students help them by giving them training of how to cultivate the herbal plants, and help them to make medicinal herb medicine, producing the health medicine from the plants, and then develop we call a cafe jamu, which is medicinal drink cafe. So it's not like a ordinary cafe, but this is for medicinal herbal medicine cafe. What they did was, so they have already produced a map, which actually is definitely used by the local communities. This is a conservation map. This locates the exact place where the medicinal plants were found in the village. And this year, they're mapping all the way up to the forest areas where the humans can safely go, but not all of them, the area. So this is actually needed by the local government and also by the community, but that way they understand what sort of treasures that they have in the forest and then their communities. And those are involved. We have involved so many people, including the businesses, local businesses, and then environmental health centers in Saloliman, and coffee shops and Geopark Ijen. And also, this is what they have done. They have one medicinal plants map, and then 52 species. They identified 52 species of medicinal plants, including one species protected under the CITES, one species already rarely found, and 50 forgotten species. They planted 150 plants. They developed 2 tea products. 60 boxes of tea products were sold, more than 100 glasses of mocktails. So developed a new mocktail menu to make it more trendy for the herbal medicine. And then 17 community members trained in product development, 30 community members trained in medicinal plant cultivation, and 2 community members were trained to be jambu bartender, so herbal medicine bartenders. So these are actually student projects. So they've done a lot to try to make this come true. And then this year they continue with the work, and then which you will see tomorrow. Some of you may join them in the mapping of the medicinal plant. The next what we have planned is actually, because we need to integrate many collaborators, including the businesses, and also other universities overseas. So we are trying to create collaboration in which the businesses and the universities and also inbound students from overseas, and then the students that we call a free study student, MBKM students, to work in a projects and together with the local government of Banyuwangi. In this project, we will provide evidence for improvement of the national pilot project for integrated waste management in Banyuwangi, which is located here, not far from here. So what we do is develop a research placement for the inbound students, so they can provide some insights and improve the programs, and potentially reach 250,000 households, will be benefiting from the integrated waste management project. And next is for in 2023, if you are interested, our students also hold the International Conservation Program study, which will be held in October. So please join if you are interested. And also a coral reef and mangroves restoration in Banyuwangi, which will also be held sometimes next week, I think of September. So if you have time, please join us, enjoy this integration, which is a student project. Yeah, I think that's all for now. Oh, I think that's all from me. Thank you very much for listening to me talking so many things.
Okay, thank you to Ms. Susie for such amazing presentation. It will be a pleasure for us to have a warm welcome from you. And don't forget, the participant, you can also follow the media of Sikia Unair to get information for more Banyuwangi. Now it is time for us to enter the question and answer session. Without further condition, before that, I want to invite Professor Lin from the first keynote speaker to come up to the stage, because this is the Q&A session of the first topic and the second topic. Okay, thank you, Prof. We will have 20 minutes for this Q&A session. Participants who want to ask questions have to raise their hands first and wait for the microphone to be passed to you. Continue by starting your identity and then the question. And for the online participant, you can ask questions using the chat feature, or you can also please raise hand, and we will invite you to ask by starting your identity and then the question. All right, let's start the discussion session. I invite the first three audiences to ask the question. Okay.
All right. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone. My name is Zaina and I'm from University Malaysia Sabah. So thank you, Prof. Win, for the information just now. So my question is regarding to the operating system, as your research is about the Android operating system. So is there any specialty of using Android-based system than other operating system? And is the data collected can be accessible or open with other operating system? That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question, Zaida. This one excellent question. I think it's question for Professor Win. Professor Win, are you got it?
Okay, thank you for this question. Actually, I'm not expert about this application because the application is there is someone from IT to make this application, and then I just use this application to identify the patient with tuberculosis in this area, and then for health worker to easy to visit to this area. And how to application is, I'm not so expert, sorry.
Okay, Zaida, you got it? Okay. Okay, now let's open the floor for more questions. Who else would like to ask something? Please raise your hand and we will get a microphone to you. And for the online participant, you can ask questions using the chat feature, or you can also click raise hand and we will invite you to ask by starting your identity and then the question. Okay, let's go, guys. Asking something.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I'm Anjar from Department of Biology, Faculty of Science and Technology. My first question is for Professor Win. I'm quite surprised that we have a very high number of tuberculosis instance in Indonesia, about almost millions, yeah, hundreds of thousands. I wonder whether the main whether because these people who contracted with tuberculosis, they didn't get vaccination, so they contracted by tuberculosis, or because they get vaccination. Any more? Peria? Is it more of a health?
Okay, thank you. I can understand what you ask. Actually, all people in Indonesia have already vaccine. But for example, in hospital Rumah Sakit this Diostomo Hospital, almost all patient for children patient in there is already vaccine. So I think this vaccine is a little bit terrible. I don't know why the vaccination not working, or because the people is not good nutrition, because if they have no nutrition, not good nutrition, I think vaccine are also not working. But they have no immune. Maybe like that. But in Indonesia, I think it's always priority vaccine for. But for patient in village in Jombang, all is new patient tuberculosis. All is for not children, because it's very how to find for children is rather difficult, because we should take sputum first and then checks by bacterial culture, and then for 2 or 3 weeks, I think, already we have got this is really the patient tuberculosis or not. For children, is difficult, and children maybe also have immune better than for elderly. I think like this.
Yeah, that's very interesting to know that most of the patients of tuberculosis already vaccinated before. Which means it's a bit worrying whether in Indonesia we have a new strain of tuberculosis that probably the vaccine doesn't work as effective as before anymore. Okay, thank you very much, Pravin. And the second questions for Ibu Susi, for Miss Susi. So I'm not really familiar with Banyuwangi before. Maybe I went to Banyuwangi around 3 or 4 times in my entire life, and mostly because I'm going to Bali. And I think that's in the same case with almost most people, that they came to Banyuwangi to get the ferry to go to Bali. So when I'm spend more time here, I'm quite surprised to see that there's so many potential and so many tourism attraction that really good, and maybe even better than Bali. But unfortunately, that most tourists, whether it's local or international, doesn't know much about Banyuwangi, and only famous as a port city to go to Bali. So because I see that you can go to mountain in 1 hour, and you get a beautiful beach also in 1 hour. So it's like very close, whether you want to spend vacation in the mountain area or in the beach area. So I wonder whether has Sikia have done something to increase public awareness about touristic places and the potential of Banyuwangi. So hopefully that tourists will go to Bali, also will spend significant time as well in Banyuwangi. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. So we did not specifically try to get people to come into Banyuwangi for tourism, but of course, because we are mandated as a university to provide education, we sort of invite people for the education and the community development, community services, but we usually combine them with the tourism. So that's why most of our student projects, student programs, and most of our community services program that includes other people outside of Banyuwangi, we also offer an opportunity to go to other places where people haven't seen before. So what we provide is not just a tourism, but also an education in the tourism. So which you will not find from local tourist agencies. So that's what we do. So that's what makes the Sikia's project different from the tourism that is offered, and also from other education. As you can see, some of the community services is actually, it seems like it's not related to the study programs. Of course, herbal medicine, we don't have herbal medicine study programs here. We only have public health, but we include all of the resources that we have in Sikia, and also with our local governments that we have in the local governments to improve that. So it's the same thing for tourism as well. for example, the Ijen Geopark as one of the mandate to promote the Ijen Geopark for tourism, for ecotourism. And we also try to promote the Ijen Geopark and then field trip to areas of the Ijen Geopark as well. So, so the difference between the tourism in Banyuwangi and Bali mostly is because in Banyuwangi, the tourism is mostly based on ecotourism instead of like a tourism of like serving. So there are places for serving, but in very remote areas, very connected with the national park. I think that's my answer to your questions. Yeah, thanks very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Anwar. Okay, and now let's open the floor for your question. Who else would like to ask something? Please raise your hand and we will get a microphone for you.
Good afternoon, Dr. Susi. I have a question regarding the fish farming, the catfish fish farming. So why do you choose to do intensive farming instead of other type like extensive? And what don't you think that intensive have negative impact on the quality, the fish quality in the future?
Let me try to understand the question. So you are asking why we don't do an intensive fish farming instead we trying to do sustainable fish farming. Okay. So actually we have the expert here at the back from the aquaculture. I think I'm going to invite you to explain to all of us, especially the fish clinic, which I think is very interesting. So, because we don't have that even in Surabaya. Yeah, Pasha? Question is to do sustainable fish farming instead of like an intensive fish farming in Banyuwangi.
The question is what's?
Pertanyaannya adalah kenapa kalau si Kia itu memutuskan untuk justru mengajarkannya tentang fish farming aquaculture yang sustainable bukan yang intensif.
Oh, oke. Ya, saya jawab pakai bahasa Indonesia dulu ya. Jadi masyarakat di sini itu sudah melakukan usaha aquaculture itu sudah 30 tahun lebih untuk transaksinya. Jadi itu yang lebih diutamakan, sustainability itu yang lebih diutamakan sampai ke depannya untuk menjamin ketersediaan pasar di sekitar Banyuwangi, Bali ataupun di Indonesia Timur. Itu yang kita ajarkan dan juga kenapa kok harus sustainable? Ya, penyakit terus bermutasi, banyak bermutasi, maka kita harus menjaga keseimbangan ekosistem mikrobiologi yang ada di perairan untuk supaya aquaculture itu berkesinambungan. Cukup Bu Susi? Seperti itukah? Do you understand?
Yeah. Do you understand bahasa Indonesia? No. Yeah.
Okay, let me try to translate it. Since 30 years ago, the Banyuwangi is more like because the
Fish market is already
fish market is already since 30 years ago. So this is a more priorities sustainable because since already 30 years.
So these local farmers are actually small scale farmers. they've already done this aquaculture business for 30 years. So it's more important for them to keep doing it sustainably than to make sure that they have a very high yield production, and then they will have problem with the marketing. So the way they do it is make sure that it's sustainable, still sustainable, and but still the market will take the products that they produce. Otherwise, it's going to be more waste. The other reason is because the diseases, fish diseases actually mutates. So by introducing a sustainable way of aquaculture, it will give them longer term, having yields for longer term instead of a short term but very big. That's I think what you're trying to explain. Okay, great, thanks.
Okay, do you get it, Nadia? Okay, so let's open the floor again. No question. Who else would like to ask something?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you very much for very beneficial lectures. I think there was a lot of beneficial points inside the lectures. Thank you. I will ask the simple questions. Rather, I will not go to the introduction and everything. I think everyone understood it. Which kind of steps should take to prevent the speedy spreading of the TB? The first question. And the second one, how to attract the communities, like how they should join, how the community join the campuses to work toward the sustainability, to work promote the tourism, to work promote the campus services. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Our community service just start from how to find out the new cases. Yeah, the first is by Android application. And then how to treatment the new patient. Yeah, for the second. And the other is how to find out the contact person. This is very risk to get TB infection. Yeah. And then how to usually the family it is there is have TB infection is not so risk. This is the problem is not so risk. And then we have the name is Yabisa, this kind of foundation, and then have to give kind of enrichment nutrition, for example. Just so we have kind of another foundation, and then just support the egg or the meat like that to give the family. And then we also join with central health central sub-district, this Puskesmas, community health center, yeah, with community health center, and then give medicine. So there is medicine and give support nutrition, and we also give to meet. Now we start to making the combination of some extract plant that is they can to support the to increase the immune system selected. And also actually this another one is hypnotherapy. We also teach hypnotherapy to the patient and family to make they are happy and they are finally they can increase the immune system, just like that. So there is supporting for community health center and yayasan foundation, Yabisa Foundation, and some from education, like that. Yeah.
To stop the TB, like 100% to stop the TB. Like in my province, in Pakistan, my province was like has one of the highest TB ratio. Then government implemented like some protocols, like it became necessary, everyone should test the TB, should test. How if Indonesian government do the same? So I think it will be like we did in the COVID time. Every human, every citizen, they tested every citizen. If like Indonesia, I mean, if every government follow this protocol, maybe like it will be controlled. I think. What do you say, Prof, about this?
I think it's difficult to stop this. Yeah, we have effort to make masks. Yeah, this is first. But in village, rather difficult because they have no knowledge about how to this bacteria is spread to another person. This is important. Yeah. So that way we introduce what is TB, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, how this disease, and which people is high risk for to get TB related. Yeah. Yeah, we have, I think, is this our problem, and I just make to start to reduce this patient related. This collaboration with community health center, like that. Yeah, not at all, I think. Thank you.
Okay, do you got it? Okay, now let's open the floor for more question. Who else would like to ask something? Please raise your hand.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Iwan from ITS Smart Eco Campus from ITS. Dr. Susi, maybe I want to ask something for you. I'm inspired by the program that you have done, and then it's very visible how this collaboration has become a very valuable asset. You said earlier that the role of social media is important, and how did you start the relationship, and was there a specific strategy to maintain it? Something like that. Maybe you have some point for setting for us something.
Right, for the social media?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's very important. We know it is very important, yeah. But the thing is, we have already promoted to our students to have their social media. And all of the student projects usually are involving social media. But the thing is, for the community development, what we did in a survey in 2020, the community doesn't actually access their social media. So when we ask the students, what sort of social media do you access? Now it's Instagram and TikToks. Our survey actually shows, if we do a survey in a community, and for the women groups or the men's groups, they access actually YouTube and WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is the most important thing for the community. So if we do the student project and then they post it on Instagram, the hit number is actually low because the community doesn't access them. So that's what we learned. We are trying to
improve our ways. There's some media, our media person, the Sikia media person here. We are trying to improve on our social media, but there are several things that we are aiming for the social media. First thing is to improve the promotion of Sikia so that people know it's Sikia. There's a Sikia here. There's a School of Health and Life Sciences here, UNER here, because now, even now, there are people who are asking me, there's UNER in Banyuwangi. even from people in Banyuwangi, there's UNER here in Banyuwangi. So that's what we do for the social media. But then for the community level, we try to reduce it to something more simple for the community. More YouTube channel is more useful because then they can access it. The thing about the community is because they may be interested, but then they don't have any quota, to access it. If you produce a video, they don't have a quota to actually see that video. So we're thinking maybe TikTok, which is shorter, would be useful, but they don't have access to TikTok. So that's still some of the tasks that we still need to learn. We're probably more aware of it, and ITS, you probably can help with providing us with your facilities to help the local community to access more social media. Yeah, thank you. And there's a question actually here. I think he was asking whether how do we involve to get more of community involvement in our community projects? Yeah, which is a very good question, because that's the challenge. That's the challenge because what we see as a problem is different from what the community see as a problem. So, for example, in our project for the herbal medicine, the community actually are not aware that all the plants that they have around them actually have the medicinal benefits. It's all the information, the knowledge has been lost for many years. So when we come there and say, oh, we need to identify all these herbal medicines, for them it's a new things. But when we talk to those people who are in their 70s, 80s, 90s, they remember all those things. So it's a sort of a balance that we need to do, is try to introduce something new to the people and then to make them realize what the benefit is, which is more important for them, because then if they see the benefits, then they will be able to, they will be willingly to come to our projects. So that has been our challenge as well, I'm sure in Pakistan as well. So what we did, for example, in the medicinal plants, is a proof of concept that can work. The cafe, the medicinal herb cafe can work. So of course it's a conceptual things for us and for them. But for just 1 year, the community comes from not knowing that it is available around them, into asking us to help them, make them what they call a Tabib village, a village of where people will come and learn about traditional medicine from them. So they want that. So because they want that, they want the brand of being a village of Tabib village, her medicinal plants village. That is our way, our vehicle to continue getting more involvement from the people. That's just one example. I'm sure you have a lot of projects in Pakistan as well that can work and may not work. So for example, like at the TB, we also have active case finding. So that's our basis here. Active case finding is a must. Because of COVID, people forget about that. Our problem is, someone should go out to the field and find someone who has fevers and then coughing, right? And then test them, right? That's basically what it is. It should be done. Because of all the projects that we are doing for the COVID, those are forgotten. And also, in addition, we have the MDR TB, the multi-drug resistant TB, which is so difficult to tackle. So that's why we're going to have a very difficult time with TB in the next few years. Yeah.
Okay, do you get it? Okay, now let's open the floor for more questions. Who else would like to ask something?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to Bu Susi, also Prof. Win. Your presentation is very wonderful. I'm sorry, my name is Eko Haryono from Unisa Surabaya. I have many resources for your informations, especially about how to apply connected with SDGs. But we have one question for Bu Susi. I believe if your activity is very nice, you can make Banyuwangi become good city for now and next time. But we have one question: how to keep your climate impacts from your activity in here? Thank you. Yes.
Wow, that's a very big question. How do we keep the climate impacts? Actually, we need to learn from you. Are you from the UI Green Matrix? Yes, that's a very interesting question because we don't have a measure. We don't do that measure actually in Sikia. We should do that. We've been working with the systemic Lestari Indonesia with the waste management, and they also one of the mandate is actually to reduce carbon. To increase the carbon sequestration because of the waste, not going out to the seas. But they also have difficulties in trying to calculate them. I must say that we haven't done the calculation. I think it should be done. We have already reduced the use of styrofoams in our school, so we don't have that. So we have three different campuses. And one of the campuses is the near the elementary school. So in elementary schools, these elementary schools, no plastics are allowed. So we have to follow that as well, to follow that rule as well. So no plastic waste. Styrofoam. Yeah, we haven't actually calculated our ecological footprint, the climate impacts. We have luckily we have buildings, sort of like an old buildings that we have lots of windows, so we don't use that much of electricity, we don't use that much of air condition. So we have a lot of still a lot of trees around our campuses because we're not that big campus already, but I think it's a very good question that when we build a new campus, that needs to be taken into account, that climate change footprints. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, guys, we're running out of time. Thank you very much to the audience for asking questions regarding the topic of our speaker this afternoon. Unfortunately, our Q&A session time is up. Hopefully, our discussion this afternoon will be insightful for all of us. We are also pleased to have Professor Win and Mr. Susi on board. As our form of appreciation, we have certificate to be given from Professor Win and Ms. Susi. For Professor Win and Ms. Susi, can you stand up? Or the committee in charge, you guys may help us to present us. And I invite Mr. Kamaji to deliver the certificate. Okay, we can take a photo for this session. Okay. Okay, give applause for Professor Win and Susie. Okay, thank you so much, Professor Win. Thank you so much, Miss Susie. And now we move to our next agenda, which will guide by our Master of Ceremonies.
Okay, thank you, Kanaya. I believe the course we have just experienced has offered incredible insight, and I trust that our distinguished participants present here today also gain invaluable knowledge.
Yes, it is indeed a very insightful course. But for now, it is time for a brief pause because our next agenda is Isoma and lunch.
So for attendees and guests who wish to take a break, please kindly follow the direction of our dedicated committee. The break will extend for a duration of 1 hour. So we will anticipate your return at 1:30 p.m. Thank you.
Selamat siang, Prof. Nyoman. Apakah Prof. Nyoman sudah hadir bersama kami di Zoom? Baik, Bapak Ibu sekalian, karena sekarang sudah menunjukkan pukul 1:30, acara akan segera dimulai kembali. Pada Bapak Ibu dan juga rekan-rekan, kami persilakan untuk dapat membuka kameranya kembali. Terima kasih.